Steve Foster, presently Alderman, Ward 7, Danville, Illinois. Thank you for taking a moment here to listen to some of my ideas and opinions. I'd like to talk a little bit about maybe my past as it relates to Danville and present, and we'll talk a little bit about the future. So, three important topics, and of course the future's very important, but we got to get through the present first. So what I'd like to say today is that I might as well start at the beginning. The first time I ever came to Danville, I'd interviewed for a job up in the South Bend area. The interview was up in the South Bend area, and I flew down to Danville to have a look at the facilities. The job was to manage the operations here in Danville as pertaining to aviation aircraft sales, and fuel and pilot supplies, things of this nature. So I flew down on a cold winter morning, and I think it was December of '82. Flew down to Danville. Had a tailwind all the way from South Bend, so my downwind came into Danville, flew over Lake Vermilion, looked down, and I said, my goodness, this sure looks good from the air. The beautiful big lake and all the little surrounding lakes, and I could see the three rivers converging on Danville, and being a history buff, and I said, I bet this thing has a lot of history going way back, because it looks like a kind of area that people would settle in, perhaps even Native Americans. So I landed and looked over the facilities. Of course, there was no car there, so I couldn't see Danville except the airport. And of course, I saw a lot from the air, and I was very impressed. The following, I think it was right after Christmas in '83, my wife and I decided to come over to Danville, look around maybe for some housing or see what we could find, and take a tour of the town. And I remember we drove all over the town. We came across Lake Vermilion. It was frozen across what I call the causeway, which is Old Ottawa Road now. Crossed over there and was very impressed with what I saw. We saw the homes on Logan and up and down North Vermilion Street. It reminded me a lot of Indianapolis. Meridian Street, was born in Indianapolis. So having grown up in Carmel, I was used to the Midwest, and what I was impressed about Danville is, unlike most Midwestern cities where they're out on the prairie, we were just surrounded by beautiful topography and the hills and lakes and rivers, and I said, what a nice place, and I was really impressed. We had a wonderful day. We went out on the way back to Indianapolis. We stopped just off of 74 at the old Redwood Inn, and there was a restaurant there in those days, and we went in and talked to the waitress a little bit about Danville. I told her we're going to move here. I'm taking a job here. And she said, who in the world would ever want to move to Danville? And I thought, my, what an impression she must give on visitors. And I discovered that a lot of people, not all, but a lot of people that are born in Danville have very negative opinions about it, and letters to the editors bear that out. But the people that have moved here seem to like it or love it, and I do, and I know my neighbors do. So I'm happy to say that I think most of the people that get out and vote and are concerned with Danville and really love it are our best citizens. And of course, I'm talking about you voting for me in the upcoming election, which is very important, I believe, for the city. But let's talk a little bit about, if we can, about the city. When I first came here, I wanted to get involved as much as I could in this city. So over the years, I've served on a lot of boards and agencies as officers or board members. Go to my website. That's sfoster.info, .info, and there you can see some of my past things that I've said and some of my past positions on various topics. And I really would appreciate your vote this year. Thank you.